Hello and welcome back to my Unreal Engine 4 blueprint tutorial series, and today we're going to be implementing or starting to implement our party system. So when we get into battle we'll have 2 new party members and there will be sequenced attacks. We'll still have to set all of the things, but I've got them all attacking in turn and then end turn button. And then it'll all reset and we should be able to do it all over again. Alright, so let's get started. What we're going to want to do is go into your character blueprint. Let me just get that over to that side. Okay, so let's open up our character blueprint and we're going to add a whole lot of variables. Let's just put some of this into categories. Call that saving. Just stick that there. Save game. I think that's all of that. This is part of battle. So we're going to have to clean this up because we have a lot of variables incoming. Okay, so we're going to start on our new variables. First thing we should do is go into our overlapping the AI function, and here where we cast to our AI1, we're going to want to promote it to a variable. We'll call this AI1. We'll set it to publicly editable and we'll plug it into the cast, and all of these outputs that the cast was plugged into we're going to want to plug into our new variable and then plug it into the set AI name. Alright, so compile, and then we're going to start making some variables. We're going to make 6 integers, so let's make it an integer. First one we're going to call party member 1 HP, or AP. Let's duplicate it. We'll call that one party member 2 AP. Duplicate it. 1 max AP. Duplicate it again. 2 max AP. We're going to need another one that we'll just call party members, and one more called party member turn. Question mark. We'll set all of those to publicly editable. Then we're going to need 4 floats. So first one is going to be party member HP, party member 1 HP. We'll set it to a float. Then we'll just duplicate it. Party member 2 HP. We'll duplicate it again. Party member 1 mana. And again party member 2 mana, and then we need a party member status, so party member 1 status, and then party member 2 status, and we'll set these to texts. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. compile and save, and we'll put these all into a category called party. So I'm just putting them all into the category, just so it's easy to work with and we know where everything is. And we'll set all of them to publicly editable. Compile and save. Okay, so we've got our new variables. And now we're going to need to, let's have a look, see. What are we going to do? We're going to create some functions. I think this should be fun. Okay. So I'm back and I've figured out the next step. The next step is we're going to take our AI3 move attack and we're just going to duplicate it. And we're going to call this party member 1 move attack. And we'll go into here. And we need to go to the viewport, I forgot. We're going to grab our skeletal mesh, we're going to copy it, we're going to drag it off to the side a bit, copy it again, and drag that off to the side, and that looks good. Then we're going to set these native visibilities to invisible, and let's go over to our I'm in battle function. We're going to do some things in here. So right after we've made our sound and set it active, we're going to run a branch, and this branch is going to have a look-see at our party members. If it is greater than 0, then we're going to set, or rather we're going to do another branch, and we'll see if our party members is equal to 1, because if it is equal to 1, then we have one party member with us. Then we're going to grab our first skeletal mesh, and we're going to say set visibility to true, and then off of the false pin of our branch here, we're going to drag and do another branch. And we'll pull off of our party members once again and do an equal integer, and if it is equal to 2, then we'll grab our other skeletal mesh and we'll set its visibility to true, and off of the execution pin here we're going to put it into our other set visibility. Alright, so that's all we had to do in that function. Let's head over to our party member 1 move to attack, and we still need more variables, so let's add them. So we're going to add another 2 vectors, so let's set it to a vector, and we'll call this party member 1 origin. We'll duplicate it, and we'll call this one party member 2 origin, and we'll set them both to publicly editable. And then we're going to delete this rotation, delete that and that. We're going to grab our first skeletal mesh, and then we're going to set our party member 1 origin, and we're going to set it to that. Plug in the execution pin to the branch, and then we're going to get our skeletal mesh 1, plug it into the set location for all of these. I think that's about it. We're going to remove this attack anim 1, and we're going to do a return node, and we'll plug them all into the return node. Okay, so that's our attack for our party member 1. Let's go ahead and do a move back function for him. So let's go to our move back. We're going to copy this. So let's just duplicate it. And we'll call this party member 1 move back. And we're going to get rid of that origin battle and that mesh. And we're going to plug in our party member 1 origin and our first mesh like that. Alright, then next thing we're going to do is set up his animations. So we're going to take this and we're going to duplicate it and make that party member 1 anim 1. And we'll get rid of that mesh and we'll plug in our second mesh, if that makes sense. And then we're just going to duplicate this function 3 times and just rename it to anim2, anim3 and anim4. Alright, so that is our party member 1's animations and such set up. Now we're going to move on to our party member. We need to add stats, so let's go to our add stats function. Add stats, and let's duplicate it and we'll call this party member 1 add stats. First thing we're going to do is get rid of this mesh, plug in our skeletal mesh over there, pull it to the end and plug it into the get world location. Then we're going to get rid of this AP, this status, this mana and this HP. We're going to get our party member 1 HP, party member 1 mana, party member 1 status, and our party member 1's AP. Then we're going to delete that and that. We're going to get our party member 1's AP, plug it in there, get our party member 1's max AP, plug it into the max, and we'll plug that into the clamp. The status will plug directly into the status. The mana will delete and plug in our party member 1's mana. Plug in the clamp float to the mana. This clamp float can go to the HP, and our HP we can plug in party member 1's HP. And that's that for that function. Alright, I don't know how long I've been going, but I think I'm gonna pause it here and I'll pick up in the next video. Okay, so picking up where we left off in the add stats for our party member 1, we got to plug this in, so AP to the spawn emitter, and then we're going to start on our party members 2 function. So let's click on our party member 1 move to attack and duplicate it, and then we're just going to call it party member 2 move to attack. And we're going to change some things in here. Let's delete that and that. We'll get our skeletal mesh 1 and our party members 2 origin, and we'll set it to the return value of our get world location. And then the skeletal mesh we're going to delete, get our skeletal mesh 1, drag it down so it's visible, and connect it to all the targets of the set world locations. Alright, so compile and save. Then we're on to our next function. Our next function is going to be our party member 2 move back, so duplicate, and we'll call this party member 2 move back. We'll delete that mesh and this party member 1 origin. We'll get our party member 2 origin and our skeletal mesh 1 and plug it into the world location and animation mode. Then we're going to set up our animations for our party member 2, so let's duplicate our party member 1 anim1 and we'll rename it to party member 2 anim1. We'll delete the skeletal mesh and we'll plug in our skeletal mesh 1, compile, and we'll duplicate this 3 times. And I'll just rename it in order. So party member 2 and then 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we need to add his stats as well, so let's click on the add stats and duplicate that. We'll call that party member 2 add stats. And we'll get rid of the skeletal mesh, plug in our skeletal mesh 1, plug it into the world location as well, delete the AP, status, mana and HP of our party member 1, plug in our party member 2's HP for a set node, and the party member 2's mana, party member 2's status, and the party member 2's AP. And we'll plug that into that clamp, this straight into the status, we'll plug into the mana into this clamp and the HP into this clamp. Then we'll delete the party member 1 HP right here and we'll plug in the party member 2 HP. Same thing with the mana, party member 2 mana, and the party member 1's AP we'll plug into there, the party member 2's AP, and then we'll plug the party member 2 max AP into here, and we'll plug this execution node into the spawn emitter at location. Alright, so that is basically all of our functions set up for our party. We just need to do another magic thing, so let's just go ahead and do that quickly. Yeah, we're just going to duplicate this exactly, pretty much. So let's copy all of this. What did I do? Okay, so we're going to copy all of that 2 times. We'll get rid of this comment thing now, don't worry. And then we're going to add 2 custom custom events. First one we'll call party member 1 magic. And plug that into the execution node. And the second one we'll call party member. We first have to make the function. So custom function or custom event, party member 2 magic, plug that into the execution node, and we're gonna have to change some things here. So let's do this. We are going to delete this mesh. We're gonna get our skeletal mesh 1. This is the party 2's magic, that's why I'm using the skeletal mesh 1. We'll grab it and plug it into the set world location, the play animation, and whatever else we need to plug it into here. Nothing, it looks like. Okay, we just need to change this origin battle to our party member 2's origin battle, just like such. Yeah. Excuse me. What was this plugged into? Yes, that's correct. So get all those wires right. Sorry, I wasn't so clear about it. Just hopefully you can see what is going on. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing at the bottom. Let's go ahead and delete that. We'll get our party members to origin again. Plug in the execution node to the rotation. Get our world location, skeletal mesh into there. That can go into there, and there. The skeletal mesh can go into the set world location and play animation. And I'm happy with that. Then we'll go to our number 1 magic. Do the same thing, just for the party member 1. So get the party members 1's origin. Get the first skeletal mesh. Plug it into those guys. Get the execution pin into the origin rod. And to play animation and set world location into your skeleton mesh. Alright, and on the second one here as well, we're going to get our party member 1's original rot again, set it to the skeletal mesh's world location, plug into the rotation, the set world location and the animation. And then we're going to plug this into there and there, and we'll plug this into the is valid. Alright, so that should be our character set up. Let me have a double squiz through here real quick. Yeah, that should do it. Obviously we can't battle right now, but we can go and see if they are spawning incorrectly. So let's go into battle, see what happens. And it hasn't seemed to work. Let's see what's going on. We need to set our party members, because we've got no party members, so they're not spawning, so we'll set it to 2. Let's see what happens. And now they're spawning in. Alright, so in the next video we're going to be going over what we need to do in the battle widget to get them attacking our AI, and then in the video after that we'll be getting our AI to attack them, and then I think we're going to do some polish, add an inventory and a party member screen, and then I think we're done, and I'd like to see what you guys can make of this. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.